human to feel the vibe. Instead of dead inside, just aimlessly scrolling, when you could be growing and not lost inside. You feel the vibe. Instead of dead inside, just aimlessly scrolling, when you could be growing and not lost inside your mind.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hey!
Hey, happy Sunday. We're here. We're back.
Oh yeah, we are back, better than ever. And that's all facts. Better than ever.
Better than what? What were we before?
Well, that's the whole point, is that we were nothing burgers until just today. We were big fat sacks of shit. And then today happened.
I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this at all. Nikki, what's up with the shades on the head? Are you going to wear them or not?
I don't know yet. I can't see sometimes. Sometimes I don't need to see in the podcast. And yes, my eyes are open. That's not why I can't see.
What do you mean sometimes you don't need to see the podcast? You don't need to see our faces?
I mean, like, it's not like when I'm trying to, like, I just said like so many times, read something on one of the songs we're reviewing, so it's different.
When are we reviewing songs?
Never mind. On Wednesdays. Damn it.
What's a Wednesday?
The question.
Gotcha. Okay. Just trying to make sure we're all on the same page as far as what day of the week it is.
It is Sunday.
Okay. All right. Shout out AWOL. Thank you for the gifted sub. I don't know who got it. Who got it this time?
Trying to get in this way.
Sunny LeRae.
Oh shit.
Hey.
What's Sonny not already subscribed? I thought you liked us, Sonny. What's up?
Sunday.
I'm intimidated by Sunny's impressive physique.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sunny's got hella flow too. Don't be intimidated. Just,
No, I'm intimidated. I feel like she could bench press me. That intimidates me.
Maybe she could teach you how to bench press yourself.
Bench press yourself. That would be a feat.
I don't know what you mean by that, Nikki.
I don't know. It's like, what would that be? Like an upside down pull up?
What
Wow,
is it?
you must gym a lot.
Don't you go to the gym every morning?
I do, but I just do my own shit.
What do you do at the gym? What is your routine like when you go to the
I
gym?
go there for like an hour.
10 minutes doing makeup in front of the mirror.
I walk
5
in.
minutes on the elliptical just to like look back, see if
I couldn't
anyone's
figure out how
checking
to
us
turn on
out.
the ellipticals. I couldn't figure out how to turn on the ellipticals. I went on every single one of them. I didn't know you had to start them, like start going on them, because I go on the treadmill. I do sprints
You sprint on the elliptical.
on the treadmill. I don't know
Oh,
how to
that's-
do the elliptical.
So why did you get on the elliptical? What changed?
I was gonna try something new because my knees are fucked up from playing softball forever.
When was the last time you played softball?
Last year, I think I subbed for a team.
You stopped for White Collar Rhymes?
No,
White Collar Rhymes is a softball killer? Is that what you're saying?
no, my hours changed, but it was Wednesdays.
That really is how we should brand ourselves, the softball killers.
But it was also in Detroit, so it was off of Belle Isle.
So you go to the gym, and what's your first exercise?
The first thing that I do is I go stretch.
How long do you stretch?
I do morning yoga. So I'll do, I normally do about 10 sun salutations, which is like a morning flow. It's real quick. And
Did you say salutations?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure that I heard that correctly, because I wasn't sure that was a yoga pose.
Yeah, it's like a cycle of like 6 yoga poses, and it's just called the sun salutation.
Okay.
And that normally gets you moving. And then I do a couple other poses for my back. And then I do these like core with a ball, and I pass this ball between my legs and my hands. I do 20 of those.
I'm having such a hard time picturing this. You're gonna have to show us.
I'm not familiar, especially in these shorts. These shorts are like my flowy shorts. You've seen these shorts. I cannot do exercise.
So you do yoga for like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
For like 20 minutes. I do the treadmill for 30 if I do the treadmill. Other than that, I mean, I go through my cycle. I don't know how long everything takes. I do sets, so it depends on what day. If it's a leg day, I'll do squats. I'll do leg presses, calves.
I feel like there are no knee exercises mentioned, and that's why your knees are fucked up.
What is a knee exercise?
Poles, so maybe that, like where you stand
I don't know.
pulling the rope.
They have the little machines where you push the weights out, the leg press.
Leg press, I do leg press.
The leg, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, knee
I
exercise.
really gotta stretch these knees out.
Bird, what's your exercise routine like?
Bro, I have a personal trainer, so it's whatever they yell at me to do.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah. Twice a week, baby. Boom. That's what keeps me from becoming a complete blob.
In your face, King Zig. White collar shit right there. A personal trainer. How you like them apples?
You know, it's one of those things. I pay him in Little Caesars pizzas, and yeah,
I love trades. Trades are the best.
yeah.
Your
barter.
trainer accepts pizza as payment.
And people will be okay, and they have things they need.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is the best pizza in the world. I'm wearing my Little Caesars pizza shirt right now that Nikki got me, and I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops. I mean, it was his thank you for showing him the miracle of Little Caesars pizza mixed with Chipotle ranch.
I don't feel like a trainer should be taking pizza as payment.
Maybe it's a
Well,
cheat day.
you know, clearly you haven't talked to many trainers if you think knee exercises are a thing. So there you go.
I haven't talked to any trainers at all. I make this shit up as I go.
Clearly.
Thank you. How's everybody's weekend? Everybody good? We live and ready?
Yeah. Went to the
Dude.
gym every day.
Did you say cucumber day? What?
No, I said I went to the gym every day.
Oh.
I
Oh,
didn't think
maybe.
I can do that.
We already talked about that, Nikki. Tell us other things that are going on in your life.
Went
Tell us about the drama with your cat.
Hell yeah.
Dude, there was this like hawk today. It wasn't with my cat. It wasn't with my cat. I was worried it was. Like I was taking a picture of I was actually sending stories of I put up these blinds, like roll up bamboo blinds outside on the screen porch. It's like the sun comes in. And I was taking a picture, and then like this like freaking like hawk flew and like chased this bunny into this bush and like went into the bush, like landed to like get this bunny and then fucking flew away. It was crazy. I was like, Charlie, and then looking, and Charlie's just like passed out, like legs and feet up on the floor. I'm like, thank God.
What was Charlie going to do in this situation?
I mean,
Attack
Charlie,
the
like,
bunny or the hawk?
Charlie would just get hurt. I don't think that hawk could carry away Charlie. She's a real big cat. She likes treats.
How many treats do you give Charlie a day?
I don't know.
Oh, God. That means unlimited treats depending on whatever she does in front of your face, right?
What?
Whatever cute acts that she does in front of your face, she'll get a treat.
No, I give her treats for like coming in when I ask her to come in from outside. But she catches on to that and comes in and out. And I'm like, I didn't ask you to come out in.
So you give her treats for doing what she's supposed to do, regardless of getting a treat or not.
No, not always, but like coming to bed, stuff like that.
Sounds like stuff that she's supposed to do.
Your treats in bed?
I'm like, cat goes outside on spring
It's like, hey, I came inside. Give me a treat.
every night.
Look, I'm in the bed. Give me a treat.
Coming home. Like,
Love that pair of shoes you got. It'd be a shame if something happened to him. Let's like get a treat.
Might just take a dump in your in your sandals over here unless I get a treat.
We're outside.
Sounds like the cat has you trained and not the other way around.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of how cats work.
I don't think it works like that.
I don't know. It kind of does.
I don't give a shit about cats.
I
Dogs over everything. What's up?
love cats.
Why don't you love dogs, Nikki?
I wouldn't really go out and buy my own dog ever.
You would steal it?
No,
We don't promote stealing here on White Collar Rhymes.
I'm a cat person, but no, one of my nephews got bit by a dog, and it kind of freaked me out from having dogs around.
Well, is your nephew a little shit fuck?
Don't say that about my nephew who's 2 years.
I was asking a question.
It's a yes or no question.
question.
Hard hitting question. Yes or no?
I don't know the motherfucker.
And this little kid, he was literally 2, and it was my sister's dog. Obviously, it was like a retriever mix.
I feel like everybody's been bitten by a dog at some point in their life.
He
And
was
you-
like walking by him, and he ended up getting bit.
Have you ever been bitten by a dog?
I've been bit by a cat. On my face, I have scars on my face from a cat.
I hate interviewing Nikki. She's the worst interview ever.
I've never been bit by a dog, only by a cat.
Have you ever been bit by a dog? Well, an elephant ran me over once. What? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, what do you want from me?
I want an answer to the question that I ask.
I have not been bit by a dog type.
Okay.
Again, kind of a point in the dog person category where it's like, oh, yeah, a dog hasn't bit you, but a cat did, and you have fucking scars in your face. Yeah, I think that's point dogs. What's up? Also, I would just say, fuck all cat people, eat shit and die. You deserve it. There was a time.
I like
when-
dogs too. I just want to own one.
No, have to like them more. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
Your dog loves me.
You can only be one or the other. My dog loves everybody because he's awesome. That's why his name Buddy is because he's everyone's little buddy. There was a time when my new boss at my last job came, was hanging out in the office, and I was just throwing out crazy shit as you do in the middle of the day in your office job. I was just throwing out hot takes, hot opinions, and I said people that walk their cat on a leash are fucking crazy. Total psychopaths. And she says, I walk my cats on a leash. That was the start of our relationship.
What was your rebuttal to that?
Just
Did you double down?
The floor.
No, you should have doubled down. He was like, "Oh, well, you're welcome to the meeting, psychopath."
Yeah, I think I did. I said something to deflect and distract. It wasn't the last time I put my foot in my mouth around her, though. She loved me because I was funny, and I would just say crazy shit. But there was a lot of times it got me in trouble too. One of the times, my friend, who shall remain nameless, but we worked together, was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home. I'm feeling a little sick," And in front of my breast cancer survivor boss, I said, "Oh, do you ever feel like just wishing your sickness away?" That was a little cringeworthy.
I feel like it's on par. I mean, we're talking about his sickness, not her sickness, right?
Yeah, it's true.
People gotta loosen up. People gotta loosen up. Everybody's too tense, too uptight. Gotta relax the butt cheeks sometime. Let it in. Why are you saying no? What's wrong? What's wrong, Nikki? You don't like jokes?
I don't want to let nothing in.
Exit only. Joke, exit only.
What else is going on in the world today? Nikki, you fucking with the war?
I don't watch the news.
That's the craziest shit in my mind.
I'm sorry.
That is
I'll
wild to
do
me.
stuff when I'm on the treadmill, but I'm not listening.
How do you stay informed on what's going on in the world around you?
I don't until it's
I don't.
So I don't know how to approach this.
don't approach it.
Oh, I'm curious. Like, how do you know what's happening? And I mean, it seems like the answers.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, but where do you hear things? I guess the random strangers you talk to on the street that you exchange rocks with, your family.
I'll watch the news. If something's super fucked up,
Yeah, but they probably watch the wrong news, from what I've heard.
Like my sisters.
Nikki, what was the last major headline that you heard about?
It was
It's crazy.
God, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
This is a shame. Even I don't watch the news, but I'm pretty informed on like recent things happening.
I don't know. Like there was like Trump went to jail or went and got.
Okay, there we go. Like something like
the shootings. I've seen those. Like there's things like that I hear about and I look up and stuff. Like
so you hear about it and you look it up.
With the hurricane, I was freaking out.
You were freaking out about the hurricane.
Yeah, it was like there's like some people that I know that are like kind of we're part of Florida too. That I'm like, oh, this normally it doesn't have hurricane stuff.
But I feel like by the time you heard about the hurricane, it had already made landfall.
It was an hour before it made landfall.
Okay. It was an hour before. Good. So it was like 7 a.m. in the morning for them. Yeah. And you found out, oh, there's a hurricane about to pummel rain and storms it down.
Yeah.
So you started texting people at 7 in the morning, didn't you? Because you were at the gym at 5 in the morning.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. And they were like, gee, thanks. I'm fine.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, excuse me.
Damn.
My bad for asking questions.
You can ask questions. That was a lot of questions.
Dice, what'd you get up to this weekend?
Yeah.
I played some Baldur's Gate until about 4 a.m. after telling myself this will be the last mission for 3 hours straight. And then realizing I need to see this conversation that's happening in the game to fruition several times over.
By conversation, you mean them fucking?
No, I haven't got
the mythical being is just like, oh yeah, those elf ears, just put them in your pussy.
I keep hearing about people saying that fucking is happening, but so far all I've done is a lot of slaughtering, and I have yet to see any fucking. But outside of that, I mixed some songs for AWOL. I gave AWOL some mixing lessons, kind of walked him through. It was easy because he uses Pro Tools too, so that made it easy to translate the shit that I make up as I talk about what I'm doing, because I have no clue technically what I'm doing. I just press a button here, turn a knob there, and then I mixed a couple songs for him. They sounded pretty good, if I must say so myself. Not just from the mix wise, but I mean, dude has definitely gotten a little bit better. Even, you know what? I will go ahead and say this, and I did send it to him as a message as soon as he sent me the vocals and I loaded them up. But a song about network security is absolutely horrible and should never ever be made and be heard by anybody's ears, but it's happening.
Unnecessary. I agree.
Totally unnecessary. I mean, outside of it being about network security, it was okay. But hold on, let me find whatever the fucking intro is. The intro, they start out with a little skit, and the first lines in the song is, yo, you thought you could get access to my network.
Hey, bars.
It's not a bar. It's not. It's like some VP sitting in his corner office laughing at his report that he got from his managers about all the intrusions they blocked. Oh, you thought you could get access to our infrastructure? Ha ha ha. Fooled you. Should never be in a rap song.
Is that literally how it is? I gotta hear this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll release it once it's done. But I mean, outside of that, it still sounds good. I think AWOL has definitely made a lot of improvements. So
is Ray on this?
Yes, Ray is on that.
It sounded like a very Ray song.
Oh, it's definitely a Ray AWOL song. I don't know.
AWOL.
other in this Discord, and I love it.
The only thing that could make it more nerdy is if Low Brian had made the beat.
Low Brian, I love your music.
Shout out Low Brian. But yeah, I mixed a couple songs for AWOL. About 45 minutes before the show, I reclined in my chair and I fell asleep for 30 minutes. And then I got up and I'm like, ah, fuck, I got a podcast. So I got ready and then here I am.
I had some corn yesterday. That was good.
What is with your
That's the
family?
highlight corn.
What is with your family and corn?
Oh, I was laughing. We were laughing so hard. Hey.
Did you lose a dare or something? Were y'all playing Truth or Dare?
I played that song when we were like all eating our corn.
So you got together as a family and pulled out a bunch of corn on the cob.
Well, no, it was part of the dinner. I brought the corn.
You brought the corn.
Yeah.
Cobbed corn or loose corn?
Cobbed, already shucked. Because fucking shucking sucks.
I mean, eating corn off the cob sucks. Why don't you get the loose kernels?
Because you boil it. You like corn on the cob, don't you?
I don't like to work for my food. And holding up a cob and gnawing it off of there.
At my
is
family
work.
reunion, we like literally keep it in the shuck and like hold on to the thing and dip it into like a coffee can of butter, melted butter from the fire.
Your family is a bunch of hillbillies. I'm sorry, Nikki.
Ah.
Yes, huh? Anybody whose family reunion serves corn on the cob, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you're hillbillies.
Blankets like smoked over the fire in the shucks.
Hillbillies.
Delicious.
I don't care if it's delicious. It's a hillbilly meal. It could be the best corn in the world. It could be rotisserie with some chicken grease. It's still
Yeah.
hillbilly.
I can't stand corn in my teeth. Agreed, Ray.
Then eat the loose kernels.
I like loose kernel too. I like cream corn too. I
That's
love all
gross.
kinds of corn.
Cream corn is the worst form of corn next to corn on the cob.
Cream corn.
It's gross.
Sad.
Why are you sad? Because I hate the two forms of corn that you love?
I know, like does not like cream corn.
Because it's gross, Nikki. That's why. I don't know what to tell you. To tell you on that one. It's the answer to that question is
Anybody like cream corn in here? Anybody a creamy like me?
put it on the poll. Do you like cream corn? I made a new poll channel. Let's see what the community thinks.
It's just creamy. It's good.
It's creamy and disgusting is what it is. Oh yeah, we also started the anime night. So every Saturday night we're gonna watch an hour of anime together, and the community overwhelmingly voted to start Jujutsu Kaisen, so we watched an hour of that last night.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, I've already watched it, but you know, it's good to we actually
Come on, tell me you like the cream.
no, Ray's not fucking with the cream either. We watched Chainsaw Man like in the middle of the week, which I had already watched that, but it was cool to I don't normally rewatch animes, but it was cool to kind of rewatch with Jacob sitting there and I don't know, I guess you call it bonding. Stop that. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, I can't out here.
No, I'm not doing it, Nikki.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Bird.
But yeah, every Saturday night we're gonna watch some anime. So if you're just sitting around Saturday night with nothing to do, you'll see the stage pop up and you can just jump in and watch some anime with us.
I fall asleep.
You can fall asleep. I don't care. We'll watch. I mean, the show will start whether you're awake or asleep, and then I'll turn it off when an hour is up after we watch 3 episodes.
Friday night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night?
I don't know why I ever ask what you fucking people do on the weekends. It's nothing. It's always nothing. It's fucking, oh, I sat there and slapped dicks with the rest of these fucking nerds on our community every goddamn time.
I'm sorry. We want to embrace and grow the community, and you just want to go out and drink Coors Light and White Claws and eat Little Caesars Pizza.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too.
Maybe if one of the pizza people you get pizza from joined the community, it would count towards community activities. I don't know.
Community activity. Is there anything? You know
Do
what?
you do anything with anybody in the community?
AWOL, you're not the super nerd. You're not the king nerd of the community. Even though you make cybersecurity raps, it's fucking Dice with his anime watch-alongs and his fucking fucking let's all get on cam like shirtless and watch fucking Chainsaw Man.
There's nobody on cam. It's just the anime.
I'm always on cam.
Well, yeah, you fell asleep on cam. That was a thing.
I woke up and like my Discord was just sitting there. My iPad was still on because it was plugged in. Like,
I don't even know why we were in there. Why were we in there? Why did y'all have me in there?
After the show.
Oh,
and then I brought you in there. The voiceover thing. Me and Jacob wanted your input on it, but then there was other people in there, and I didn't want to do it.
Well, yeah, and then VA gets in there, and then him and Mailbox are going back and forth about some shit for like an hour straight, and Nikki's there just sleeping on the camera. Yeah, I was playing ball. That was when I started playing Baldur's Gate.
Literally sleep everywhere. I'm sorry.
VA joins and he's like, I forgot what he said. He called you something offensive. He said, "Why is this bum sleep on the camera?"
I love you.
So we just let Nikki sleep for an hour while he and Mailbox argued.
I appreciate it. I needed to sleep.
See, look, Jacob said Chainsaw Man was fire. So fuck you, D-Bird. Sorry you don't enjoy doing things with people in the community, but I try to
dumb stuff.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for the community next? What's on your agenda with the community?
Here's what I'm gonna fucking do. No,
VIP.
Get the fuck out of here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go live the best fucking life I can. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna tell you all the crazy shit that I got up to over the past week, and it doesn't involve fucking anime till 4 a.m. Hate it.
What'd you do this past week?
Just watched different Netflix shows. Some Always Sunny reruns.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of TV shows, but it wasn't anime.
I curled up on my couch and watched Netflix. And when it asked, "Am I still watching?" I said, "Yes." Don't ask me again.
And I just kept pressing yes, yes, yes. But Jacob, the people have spoken. Yeah, I want to bring back the Bird's Nest. We are overdue for The Pickup Artist Season 2, available on Apple TV, as well as Keys the fucking VIP. I'm telling you, we got to watch it. Who doesn't want to see a bunch of pickup artists get slammed in the middle of a club?
Me.
What?
Do they get rejected?
Does who get rejected?
The pickup artist?
A lot. Yeah. There's some that do well, and it's kind of fun to watch too, where they're like, here's some bullshit. And it works, and you're like, that's kind of funny. It's a good interaction. Intriguing. And then there's other ones that say bullshit. And they're like, ew, get away. I'm going to call security on you. And you're like, that was good too.
Nikki, if you were in the fitness club and a guy walks up to you while you're on the treadmill and he says, "Damn, you must have been running through my mind all morning because I can't get enough of you." Are you having a conversation, or are you getting off the treadmill and reporting him to security?
I probably say, "I guess I need to run faster," and then sit on the treadmill and then keep looking forward.
That'll roast him.
I want to be a fly on the wall at almost every one of Nikki's random conversations with strangers.
They're really nice. It's hard for me to be like that, but if they're like that, where it's just like,
super nice guy, super cute. He just says,
blatantly ignore them like I didn't hear them.
What if they like stand right in front of the treadmill and smile at your face?
Then I'd look up. I normally am looking up when I'm running for some reason. I always stare at this one gear on the wall.
They don't have.
Nikki's perfect pickup artist would be like, "Hey, I've got some rocks in my car. Do you want to come see?" And then he'd bop her on the head and then throw her in the
rocks.
Nikki, rocks can't be the thing that draws you in. There has to be something else, right? music?
Yeah.
So what if a rapper walked up to you and handed you a CD?
I'd be like, thanks, I'll listen to it, and I'd listen to it. And if he's trash,
Listen to it where? What CD player do you have?
Yeah, who has CD players anymore?
it's a 6 CD changer.
Don't use Uncle Bruce's CD changer. I'm talking about your own CD changer.
My old car had one.
There we go. So you would listen to some random schmuck's mixtape if they handed it to you on the street?
Maybe one song.
Maybe one.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine, actually. There's, those guys that are hustling mixtapes like $5. I'm like, I think it's $5 worthy just to hear like how cringe this shit is, So I probably spent like around, it probably did $25 total, 5 different times,
I think I did like 15, 20.
Yeah.
And I think out of all of the ones that I got, maybe one of them was somewhat decent. The rest were like laughable.
I feel like all of mine were always like so stereotypical rap. You know what I mean? Like it was just like a bunch of gun talk, like very simple bars, and props for them for hustling and trying to have a side hustle. But as far as the music part of it, no, fucking trash, all of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you think there is a interesting way to talk about gun violence anymore?
Sure. Depends on who you're talking to, though. Like, you could probably talk about it to a bunch of battle rappers and they'd be interested, but I don't know outside of that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got to know your audience, but like, I just feel like every, like if you're not doing a punchline with a wordplay about a gun, that's like the last, creative horizon for gun violence.
I feel like the only thing in
roll
general
up on you with my full 4 and kick down your door.
Yeah, I feel like in general, the only thing that still kind of holds weight is when you relate guns or any weapon to just kind of just general day-to-day activities in an unexpected manner. But if you're like blatantly talking about, yeah, I'll pull up on you and do such and such, then it's really kind of just played out at this point. But like, if you can creatively relate it, like, I don't know, to an office job or just something in general, like that, then I think it still works. But yeah, the generic old, my gun's bigger than Bow Wow type stuff is pretty much dried up at this point.
Yeah.
I think everybody's heard it.
It's like, I brought my gun to the grocery store, hid it amongst the melons. So as people are sifting through them, it goes off. Bars.
What was it, car?
Nikki, would you listen to a Katy Perry song about guns?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know.
Why do you hate Katy Perry?
I don't hate Katy Perry. She's a Scorpio.
Then why would you not listen to her gun song?
Stellium. I would probably have to know the content behind it. I guess I'd listen to it once to hear what.
So there's so many prerequisites with you. Like,
I mean,
why don't you accept people for who they are?
I do.
Then listen to Katy Perry's gun song.
Okay, I'll listen to Katy Perry's gun song.
Katy Perry, you should let me be your manager. I just convinced a random Nikki to listen to a song about guns that you don't even have yet. Look at that. Wonderful. Bars. Gun bars. Nikki, what drives you crazy about music these days? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. A lot of it doesn't have a good message. Like, I feel like the lyrics lack a lot. I feel like a lot of it sounds the same. I feel like it's just so, what is that fucking word? Saturated.
What's refreshing to you? Have you heard anything refreshing lately from new artists?
I don't listen to the radio anymore because it's been like ass. But
I mean, just anywhere. It doesn't have to be radio.
So my gym jams. I put on like the recommend. Yeah, Joe Jam's gym gas list.
Gym gas list.
Yeah. But no, it's got it puts random songs on and stuff. So I've enjoyed those.
Has anything new popped up on that list
Oh
by
yeah,
any chance?
there's a lot of stuff on that list.
I give up. I'm done here, Bird.
Friday I talked about this. Like I already talked about my playlist on Friday, was it? I really have been enjoying like Meek Mill coming on my playlist.
There we go. We're getting somewhere now. So
I had some J. Cole today and it was nice. Some like from 2014.
So when you hear an artist that probably has a longer catalog, does it make you go back and explore that catalog more, or you just kind of latch onto those couple songs that you heard and you like?
I did that with Joyner Lucas, but
Oh God,
he sounds what?
You don't like Joyner? What's wrong with you, Dice?
I'm anti.
How?
He sounds like Jacob to me. When I heard him, I thought it was one of Jacob's songs and I mixed on one of my songs. And then I was like, I gotta hear more of this guy. So
Dude, Joyner's fire. How could you be against Joyner Lucas?
I just haven't listened to him that much.
Okay, there you go.
Listen
So
to
ignorance.
It
Yeah.
was just like ADHD or ISIS, that one that like caught my attention.
So how many songs deep do you go into the catalog before you decide whether or not you like the artist?
I'll normally jump around between a couple albums to see the differences too. You know, because sometimes the older stuff I might like better. Probably like 2 or 3 from each album, and then I'm like, okay, I'll add this, you know, for a shuffle in the playlist.
That's fair.
That, and then
Yeah, I was having a conversation with somebody last night because they were asking me what do I listen to, and I told them I don't really listen to anything outside of the review show because I'm
myself, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to, but because that's what I said. I said I listen to myself, but I put it in the context. I'm normally listening to myself because I'm working on stuff and I'm having to mix it because I mix all my own stuff, or you know, I'm working on new stuff. And the only time I really listen to other people's stuff is on a review show. And they were like, "Oh, that's so NPC," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, I can imagine if, you know, I'm fucking Jay-Z, I'm not going out listening to every fucking album that comes out on Friday either. So why the fuck do I have to? Because I don't consider myself a music consumer anymore. I'm a music creator. So I've kind of transitioned out of that, oh, I got to hear the next album that comes out from everybody mode into, well, what am I going to work on next?
I feel like there's so few times that I just like sit down and listen to music. Right, like I'll listen to my Spotify when I'm like driving in the car anywhere, right? And usually that's just my liked song playlist. I'm not, you know, trying to look through my Spotify as I'm driving.
Right.
And so like what other scenario? Like the gym, I'm again just have a playlist. Yeah, like where in what scenario does it make sense to even discover new music?
Yeah, and that was kind of my point is like I'm not at that stage in my life where I'm just kind of sitting around like, oh, I can't wait for so-and-so's next album, or, you know, oh, let me jump on Spotify or SoundCloud or wherever, YouTube, and find and just kind of scroll through shit. I'm not at that point in my life anymore. So it doesn't happen for me. So I don't, so like even I know people keep talking about the last Travis Scott album that came out. I have no interest or desire to even sit down and just fucking listen to that. I don't hate Travis Scott. I like some of his songs that I used to listen to, but I'm not just going to sit down one Saturday afternoon and say, let me throw on Utopia and listen to that for a fucking hour straight. I got other shit I want to do. I got my own stuff I want to make.
The only artist that I would say, oh, he has a new album, people are talking about it, all right, I got to listen to it. It's Eminem and Atmosphere. Those are my two. I'll sit down and listen. Probably not all in the same sitting, but yeah, those are my two.
I don't even know if there's somebody that.
Do you have an artist that you'd be like, oh, I have to listen to their new album if they dropped it?
Even though she's like 70 something, I'd still listen to it. I listened to their remastered album they dropped. They redid Rumors a couple years ago.
I think the only thing, if that's where we're going, the only person I would do that for is if, for whatever reason, they decide to re-release any more Tupac material. But I would only listen to it if it was like in its original form. I don't like the remixed new beats, new producers, new fucking collaboration stuff that they've done like the last decade and a half. But no, other than that, I can't say that there's somebody. Even if Royce dropped an album tomorrow, even when Royce did drop his last project, it took me like 2 weeks to even just kind of go through half of it.
I had Rice come on mine today.
Oh yeah,
Now playing. Yeah, it was one of the songs from Book of Ryan.
which one?
I don't remember what it was called.
Ray, you look like a Key Glock fan. Do you listen to ESTG too?
What was Royce's last drop? Was it Book of Ryan?
No, it was Heaven Studio Sessions 2.
Well, then I guess I didn't even know about this. Today I learned.
Yeah, he put out a greatest hits and then he put out like some Heaven Studio stuff, but I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I'm not itching to hear somebody else's newest music. I don't know. Maybe I'm conceited.
I mean, it seems so like pretentious a little bit. How we always just kind of defer back to Royce as like pinnacle of hip hop because there are just so many different pieces to it, right? Yeah, I don't think he's on top of my mountain.
I mean, he's on top of my mountain, but at the same time, like even if Chameleonaire dropped an album, I would be hard pressed to just sit down and say I want to just sit down and listen to a whole album from somebody else right now. 1 or 2 songs, maybe. Like if I'm just having to be in the middle of some shit and I have, YouTube Music open and it says, "Hey, so and so dropped a song," I'll click and I'll listen to like one song, but a whole album is not in my radar at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it. Yeah, I get it. And like I said, it's only when I'm commuting, right? So like even the time that I would have to dedicate towards a new album listen through would be however long it takes me to get to my destination, there and back.
Yeah, and I don't commute, so I mean, fuck out of here if I'm gonna listen to something on my commute.
Well, I did hear a rumor that you go, what, an hour and a half out of town to get your hair done. So.
No, my salon that I go to is about 30 minutes away.
Mm.
Maybe
So I
just
mean,
seemed forever because we were like waiting on you for a podcast.
I mean,
Maybe
it takes 2 hours to get my hair done, but it only takes 30 minutes to get there.
Gotcha.
Caterpillar. Which version of Caterpillar?
The recent one.
I mean, which version?
There's 2 versions of it.
I heard the Royce and M version. Is there like just a different beat or is there different artists on it too?
The original version is with Logic. Eminem was on the remix.
Oh yeah, I heard the remix then.
What? Caterpillar with Logic?
Yeah. Why do you seem confused by this? Like I'm making it up.
Okay, so the Caterpillar remix was with Logic.
Yeah, something like. Well, the original song was Logic, but they couldn't clear it in time for him to do a video, some shit with Def Jam. So they ended up having Eminem's version as kind of like, this is the version. And then the Logic version was kind of just tacked on afterwards.
Dude, Eminem's like Anderson Silva stanza was just so insane.
Yeah.
Like, that song is fucking flawless front to back.
Nikki, you fucking with Anderson Silva?
I don't know who that is.
George St. Pierre?
I don't know who that is.
Ken Shamrock?
Please stop asking me these things.
So not a UFC fan, huh? You watch any fights? Do you like enjoy seeing violence on screens?
Me?
Yeah.
I only watch them when I worked them because it's like, like when I worked at B-Dubs and shit.
You don't ever go on like Facebook or Twitter and just watch like random videos of people fighting?
No. I like home videos stuff.
You like the mom dancing and then she falls over type stuff?
Yeah.
You're such a Bob Saget.
I am.
You're the
Reincarnated.
You're the Full House Bob Saget, not the stand-up comic Bob Saget.
Yeah, right.
Clear distinction there. Yeah, I want to see Nikki's For You page on her social media apps because it's got to be wildly different from ours.
It's so funny because everybody that's ever seen my For You page goes, "What the fuck?"
It's got like rocks and shit on it.
Yeah, and like tarot and shit. Let's see. And one of my TikTok. What else is For You? Instagram. I haven't been on
Instagram, Twitter has the algorithm, even Facebook does.
I am on Twitter.
But usually it's funny. Like if you want to see what a person's real interests are, ask them to see their Instagram For You page because that tells you exactly the stuff that they like and the stuff that they share.
The For You, is that just
the search?
Got it.
Like I know Cody Nash has said a whole bunch of times, but his is full of like aliens and conspiracy shit on every single social app.
Huh. Honestly, mine's like a lot less crazy than I thought it would be. I was like, there's just gonna be titties everywhere, but no, it's just like a bunch of basketball stuff, fight stuff, and like one bikini.
Mine's got like a bunch of Asian stuff, memes, and then some butts.
Mine has no butts. Mine's like all producers and
comedians, a couple stand-up comedians, and then comic strips, which is weird. Like I don't know why. Like for some reason, it keeps showing me like these. I don't know what the fuck you call them. Like these random videos of like people going through like. Where's that place in Asia with like the red light district? Thailand, not Bangkok. I don't know. You know that the Philippines, like people go in there and they're like the lady boys are all trying to hit them up, and I'm like, why is this shit on my feed? Like I didn't like any video of that nature sort. Like you got these little prostitutes positioning these people. I keep trying to get that shit off of there.
Yeah, it's because you're an anime boy, and anime boys love anime body pillows. Those who love anime body pillows love little lady boys in Thailand who are actually 12 years old. So
did you write the Instagram algorithm?
These are the rules. I didn't create them. This is why it's going into your feed.
Some Taylor Swift butt.
Algorithm as.
Ooh.
I have butts on my Instagram.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, where are all the titties and butts? Like, where are they? There should be more. If
you go through and you like a bunch of pictures like that today, then I guarantee tomorrow when you refresh your feed, there will be a lot of butts.
Your feed is just your home button, right?
No,
it's how long it's been since I've been on Instagram.
Your feed is when you hit the search. That's the shit that it thinks that you're gonna be interested in.
Oh.
Yeah. All sports memes and
What is this shit?
Oh, is she naked? Oh, that's just skin colored clothes. Oh, that's like, damn, Instagram, you look tightened up on the rules.
What do you think the world would be like if Instagram allowed full nudity?
It'd be like OnlyFans wouldn't have a purpose in the world.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So wholesome.
Some interesting, yeah.
See, Nikki's timeline is something that you could have out at work if you work in an office and you just kind of casually lay your phone down and have no worries about something that may or may not appear on that while she's scrolling.
Yeah.
I definitely have to lock my phone if I put it down.
Yours is all sports shit, huh?
Yeah. I'm like,
mine's all like.
Mine's not. I wish mine was better. How do I focus this camera? Hold on. I think it's because my room is so fucking bright, but it's mostly funny shit. And then every now and then, this shit right here. You see, like this chick in the Spider-Man costume?
Yeah.
Like they'll show me like videos of these chicks and they're like dancing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why am I?
Oh, you're a nerd. You'll love this.
Well, this one happens to be Jenna Ortega, but there's like this one. There's this one page with like this Korean guy, and he's got like these 5 chicks, and they just dress up in superhero costumes and they dance and stuff. And I'm like, is this a cult? What's going on here? And I'll watch a few other videos and then I'll block them.
How do we feel about cosplay?
I'm okay with it.
I love dressing up.
You
What,
never dress up.
Yeah, what have you dressed up as, Nikki?
Yeah. Miss,
What?
I love dressing up.
You guys have literally posted a fucking picture of me in a pig costume, hula hooping in a fucking
I don't know
random.
that I've got that one.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, this is something we need to bring back.
I used to just dress up in costumes. I have a lot of costumes. I love them. Actually, I had to get rid of some because of a flood, but
Why don't you dress up in a costume for the review show?
like what?
I don't know. You got a lot of costumes. Pick one.
They're all for it.
I've done it before.
Yeah. Bird dressed up as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan as well. Not,
Well,
not extreme.
His Hulk Hogan was actually supposed to be Crit, but it just came out as Hulk Hogan.
It was. And then just like the B-Bird episode when I, joined the Brits, the accent was super hard to keep up the whole time. I was like halfway through, I was like, you know what? Nah.
What was the hardest part of the accent?
Just
remembering
to do it.
Just remember.
Yeah, because like you have stuff you want to say, and you like there's when it comes to like being sarcastic or just throwing jokes out there, right? Like there's a certain timing aspect that you have to get done, but there's also a lag between how do I make this sound like this other thing I'm trying to do, and by the time you figure that out, maybe the window's already gone. That was the most frustrating part.
I joined this new Discord the other day because I started following this other Asian chick, and then she was streaming on Twitch today, and I'm like, I joined just to kind of watch and see what she was doing, and she had a British accent, and it threw me off. Not that I didn't think that there were Asian people in the UK or anything, but the group of people that I had kind of found myself following her were like all the LA, California Asians. So I'm like, oh fuck, she's on a totally different time zone than these people are. How the fuck did I end up here?
Or just better at accents than I am.
Or yeah, maybe that. But then like now I'm introduced to this whole other set of London Asians that I may have to take this deep dive of stalking. I may have to do it.
I mean, would you say you have an Asian fetish, Dice?
No, I wouldn't say I have a fetish.
A preference?
Maybe. But I definitely gravitate towards their culture a lot more than.
Now, what races would you not have sex with?
Elephant.
Good answer. Good answer.
Great answer. What are we on, Family Feud?
Right.
Give the worst answer ever. Good answer. Good job. Like, no. Why were they clapping for their family member? That's a horrible answer. Tell them
I
they're
always
stupid.
do that too. It's like the same thing somebody already said, but a different way. You're like,
Penis. Yo, good answer. Good job, Bob. Yeah. No, Bob, you're a fucking moron. Don't ever answer for a question again.
play a Family Feud. That would be fun.
Oh, we should try to get on there. Discord server versus Discord server. Us versus Flex Gang. Family Feud.
Dude, that's easy because we're just like super smart and super attractive and successful. So,
But
how
no,
do you
there's
compete?
I don't have a racial preference. I mean, like a racial exclusion list, I should say.
Well, speaking of racial exclusions, Rogue Jepson once went into his school with a kill list and
Oh,
came
Allegedly.
allegedly.
and instead of giving him suspension or kicking him out of school, they actually said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like to kill me to feel better?" And they took the gun, they shot it in their pussy, and that's how he got a new sister.
Kind of the worst nightmare he ever had in his life.
What was the worst nightmare you ever had, Nikki?
I don't really want to talk about it. It was like a recurring nightmare. I used to have nightmares about Chucky. That's why I hate Chucky. Like,
I had a nightmare that I woke up and I was Rogue Jepson.
You're a blonde British kid.
I was like, we switched lives for 1 second. And I was like, cold sweats.
What was the scariest thing about waking? Let's imagine what would be the scariest thing about waking up as Rogue Jepsen. If you went to sleep tonight and you woke up tomorrow and you're Rogue Jepsen and you're in Burnley.
The fact that I look like Oliver Tree's Down syndrome cousin.
Allegedly.
I think the scariest thing for me would be having to leave the house every day to go to work.
That would be pretty scary.
Fucking scary, man. I gotta go outside every day. You kidding me?
I think
Every day?
like having a penis, I'd be like, oh fuck.
I feel like you'd get used to it and then grow accustomed to it and then grow to love it within 48 hours.
I hear women say that a lot about like if they woke up as a man, they'd be, interested. I think the more crazy thing for a woman would probably be not having boobs anymore.
Yeah, that would be weird.
You know what's funny is like, you talk about this like, oh, what if you switched bodies? Like, what's the first thing you're going to do? Of course, like honk the boobs. That's first 5 seconds, honk, honk. I don't know that I'd want to put anything inside me though. That's,
You wouldn't go to the
Feels good.
the refrigerator, grab a cucumber real quick.
No. That's the crazy part, right? You're like, if you actually think, if you actually think about it, like, oh shit, I have a vagina now. You're like, I don't know.
What would suck is if you woke up and it had just happened to be that time of the month, and you're like, "Fuck."
You guys would hate that.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, like all of a sudden I'm just gushing blood, like a fucking scene out of The Shining. A fucking elevator door opens.
You're like waddling through the house trying to put a pad in your underwear and shit, and you're like,
if you move the wrong way, it's just,
pouring out everywhere.
it doesn't pour out.
Like,
Well, for
I have to wear
Bird it would.
fucking adult diapers just to exist in this society.
A baseball bat? What are you talking about? What are we talking about the same thing? What are you using that baseball bat for, sir? Any female that
if you felt it.
any female that gives me the freaky look and then holds a baseball bat, I don't want any parts of.
Shelley Long.
Because imagine when she gets bored of baseball batting herself. Then what's she gonna do? She's gonna look at your butthole. She's like, "Hey, you want to try some?" Nikki, do you have any friends that like to peg?
I don't know about that. Like to. I have people that probably would be willing to.
No, I'm just talking about like to.
I don't generally know people that just talk about pegging other people.
That's fair.
If anything, talk to you guys probably more than anything about that kind of shit.
I have a friend that likes dominating other chicks.
Yeah.
Like dude friend or girlfriend? That likes
Girlfriend. She's bi.
I can understand that.
I don't know that she's pegged anybody though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know about I don't know.
I have a theory, and psych major. So
Shout out M Theory.
I have an M theory that when you're in like a super high stressful, powerful position, like professionally, I think those are the people that pay hookers to like degrade them and tell them that they're worthless pieces of shit with small dicks. Like those people, I feel like need to feel powerless in the bedroom because they have all this stress and power in real life.
You're saying I should pay a hooker?
I'm saying it can make your stress go away.
Or just find somebody willing to treat you like shit.
I mean, there's a reason that like all the OnlyFans girls do dick ratings, right? I don't think it's got guys who are like, oh yeah, tell me how good my dick is. Like, no, tell me it sucks.
Dick ratings?
Yeah, you don't know about dick ratings?
No, I don't. All the OnlyFans chicks that I've ever come across is just selling pictures and videos.
You're the one with a fucking OnlyFans page, so
I don't go on there. I don't scroll a timeline or anything.
Yeah. It's like the easiest shit. Yeah, no, it's like, oh yeah, pay me $200 or however much, and I'll tell you what I think about your dick. Like, oh, it's 7.5. Looks like it smells. Wash it more. Like, I don't know. Yeah, pretty easy.
That's
we
crazy.
review everything, right?
I mean, that's kind of weird from a customer standpoint. Is like, I'm gonna pay somebody to rate my dick.
Of course.
Like, what satisfaction do you get out of it?
Shows up when we're talking about OF.
I think it's some insecurity bullshit. It's like, how do I measure up? Or it's the people that are like, yeah, tell me my dick sucks. Like, those are the people that pay money for dick ratings.
Kind of fucked up.
Interesting. I mean, if it was free, I could kind of understand, but paying somebody to tell you about your dick,
Who would just look at your dick pic for free?
wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. I mean,
You wouldn't look at a friend's dick pic. What if a friend of a guy friend was like, "Hey, can you tell me how this looks? Should I shave it?"
I guess I could look at it objectively like that.
There you go.
wait, you're like, yes, I'll give you some tips. What a good
Yeah.
friend.
You missed a spot on the left side. Trim that up.
Go pop that, whatever that is.
Pop that. What?
Some fucking pussy dicks. Who's been sending you pussy dicks?
I have to think of it like that to not think of it like anything else. It has to be repulsive.
Pimple dick ass motherfuckers sending you
So-
dick shots.
Be repulsive to not think of it like that.
Oh, I know what I did. I literally forgot. What did I do this weekend? My cousin Tim came to visit.
Cousin Tim, shout out Tim.
Shout
Tim
out
Bali.
cousin Tim. He brought his new girlfriend, or not new. They've been dating for a year now. I never met her though. She's new to me. Got some beers. Showed him the full Portland experience. Got super weird. Interpret that however you want, and you're probably right. It was fun.
Oh,
Exciting.
She started hitting on you?
No.
I
but-
interpreted it how I wanted to.
if that's how you want, sure.
Okay. Sounds fair. How's
yeah.
how cousin Tim doing?
Dude, Tim's doing great, man. His hair is about as long as fucking Nirvana in the 90s. He wears only plaid, and he is gainfully employed still. So what else do you need?
I guess that's pretty good generic description of Tim.
Not that my mom or his mom watched this show, but I gotta share. We closed down a fine establishment, and it was great. It was great.
Fine establishment. All right, I got you.
It's very fine. At this said establishment, there was women walking around naked, and his
We know
girlfriend,
that.
who was very shy, was like, it was the first time she'd ever been to a strip club, allegedly, and she was just like, what's happening here? I don't get it. And then like she was super cool the whole time, but kind of like a stripper walked over, sat next to her, and was like, hey, like, how are you doing? Oh, your first time? Okay, how you liking it? You want to go in the back for a private dance? We can, we can have as much fun as you want. And she's just like, no, like, no. It was very cute to see someone very shy and reserved, kind of just taking it all in, observing, and just be like, I am so far out of my element. I don't know what to do here. Kind of cute.
Bert, if a female friend sent you a picture of their boobs and asked if they look okay, would you give them a proper diagnosis?
I will be 100% honest, and I am a good judger of boobs because I see them all the time. So please, if you have boobs, send me a pic, and I will let you know.
And also,
That's free ratings.
Yeah, free. Yeah, I won't even charge you.
I'll
Free
charge
ratings.
you. No, don't just send me any old titties. I'll charge you for those titties. If you send me a picture of your boobs unsolicited, I'm sending you an invoice.
I don't even care. Doesn't even have to be your boobs. Just send me boobs. I'll let you know what I think.
I'll send you some boobs, some screenshots from Baldur's Gate.
He's also in for boobs.
You know, we spend so much time reviewing music. We really should do some more boob ratings on the stream.
Should
I've been
we?
saying it since the beginning.
I don't know that we should be venturing down that path.
I mean, we don't have to tell the people. I feel like where we get into trouble with the review streams is we're like, hey, at White Collar Rhymes has reviewed your song. And then you have video of me being like, this fucking Karen just had her son butt fuck her on bed and then acted like she was going to go pray about it afterwards.
We review boobs during the commercials.
That's true.
Oh, now I got to keep track of the commercials. Fine.
I don't know.
We should have a hot tub stream. Those seem to be popular.
Well, yeah. Do you guys have a hot tub?
No.
Oh, if only someone had a hot tub. Maybe then.
Send boobs here. We need that channel.
Looks good sketchy.
I would make that channel.
Fine.
However, knowing how our Discord community is, it'll just be a bunch of guys in it talking all fucking day, and I'll just get annoyed and delete it.
I'm sure there'll be some guys' nipples drop.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Red will put a picture of his nipple in there, and it'll all just go downhill from there.
What is the angle? Is it like in between your forearm and your bicep that you can make it look like cleavage?
Oh, I always thought that was a butt.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that what you seek out? Is butt pictures? Now she's looking.
I got to.
Hot tub stream, yeah, exclusive for the Bird Nest. So whenever you're watching your raunchy old videos and your old TV shows, just do it from your hot tub.
Whenever Dice suggests a hot tub stream, he's really just talking straight directly to me. He's like, I want to see you in a hot tub. That's what it means.
I want to see you host a show in your hot tub, and I'm not on the show.
I don't even know how to host a show. I don't.
That's
This
the glorious part of
technology
it.
stuff.
So that's what will make it classic.
No,
I don't know.
hosting is garbage.
It is. It really does suck. And I can imagine having to maintain a hot tub only for the use of streaming is even more garbage. And I can't ever imagine going down that path. If you guys told me I needed to be in a hot tub to do anything, I would quit in the middle of the show.
Well, for what it's worth, taking care of the care and maintenance is fairly easy on the type.
You pay somebody, don't you?
No.
No.
But because it's like constantly filtering salt and doing the shit, like you literally dip the stick in, you say, oh, it needs this much more chemicals, dump that much more chemicals, boom, ready to go.
That's how I take care of vaginas.
You dump chemicals in there?
Yeah, soap.
Hell yeah.
Douche.
I bet I take it back. If you did have a Freaky Friday body switch with a woman, yeah, you'd be sticking all sorts of weird shit in there.
Not me.
Yeah, you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably just go to sleep. Send vaginas here. Yeah, we could rate vaginas too. I think when was Vulgar on here when I asked like, it was when Vulgar and Peaches were in the chat and I was like, do y'all ask if they're innie or outie? How does your meat hang? In or out?
Does your meat hang low? Does it wobble to the floor?
Why do you look surprised, Nikki? You were here.
I know.
I remember why I thought of the strip club with my people that I was hosting. It was because one of my friends I was with said, why don't they do a co-ed strip club? And I was like, because girls don't have to pay to see guys naked. They just have to exist in the world. Like, it's not a thing where it's like, oh my God, I need to see your sweaty balls. It's like kind of a uniquely positioned thing where hot girls naked is hot to both guys and girls. Guys naked is like, a very specific, much smaller sliver. You know what I mean?
I mean, we have like Chippendales and stuff.
Yeah, and even then, like, do they even get full naked, or do they just kind of have their little, you know, rippling abs,
Like that.
banana hammocks?
Yeah.
Would you go to one of those man shows, Nikki?
Fuck yeah.
Would you go alone?
It's kind of weird. I don't think I'd do anything like that alone.
Okay, so
Why is
there's
that
a difference between guys and girls.
Well, you
Would you?
get into a strip club alone. I don't know if you'd be able to do one of those alone. Probably.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? You're just buying a ticket to the audience.
I don't think I'd do that alone though.
See, I'm saying there's a horniness difference, and also like how much money would you spend like for a dance from one of those dudes? Would you? Is there a where you're like, I'll be in the audience, but I would never get a dance?
Nikki's like, do you take rocks? Got a little bag of rocks.
I'd trade something.
I'll trade you this cloth that I found at the thrift
Yeah,
shop.
I probably wouldn't shell out money for a dance, to be honest.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why a co-ed strip club makes no sense, because you're just not getting it. You're not getting
Maybe-
money from them.
Maybe it's because the guys aren't good enough dancers. Maybe they need to get better at their dancing skills.
I just don't see the point if you're not gonna like get laid.
What if Chris Brown was dancing naked in the club?
I'll go to the club and dance.
Is that your height of like male achievement, Chris Brown?
No, everybody assumes he's the best dancer in the world, so I just threw it out there. But it could be any high-class dance. Usher, I don't know. Whoever the fuck the ladies would pay to go see to dance. What if they were stripping too? No? We did a little dance routine and then busted out naked at the end? Voila, dick.
That might be the only way that like dudes can make money from sex work is like having already a certain level of fame.
That's what I mean.
like
Because Tyga,
Tyga, yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they do a little performance and at the end it's like, penis. Gotcha, bitch. Give me some money.
I feel like some old ladies, like either old coworkers or like, I don't know, some old fucks were talking about going to Puppetry of the Penis in Vegas. And from my understanding, it's like dudes with like long hogs that like tie them in knots and shit.
What?
Have you heard of this? Puppetry of the Penis?
Oh, that sounds really. I don't know.
Like,
Puppetry of the penis.
like maybe there's like a what do you call it? Finger puppet show, like one of those light shows, but you do it with dicks. I don't know. I just remember them talking about it.
Like shadow dicks talking to each other.
Hey Jim, how's your day going? How's
What
it
is-
hanging?
What's it called? Shadow. What?
Puppetry of the Penis.
Like a bunch of dick shadows talking to each other, acting out a skit.
I do love that as an opener, though. Hey Jim, how's it hanging?
And then like the balls can be a character too. I don't know that I would even want to see a female version of that show. Like if they were like trying to manipulate their boobs or whatever they had in some way of shadow puppets, I wouldn't even be interested in that.
Dude, there's some girls that are like allegedly into rope play where they like rope their boobs and make them all like blue and purple and shit.
My friend's into that.
Ew.
There was a time when like I was showing interest in her interests, and then my timeline was full of rope stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, how do I make this respectfully stop? I don't mind it, but it's too much.
Did you ever rope her?
No, she lives in Atlanta. Ray might be interested. Well, I asked Ray one time, like, Ray, are you into the rope community? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, never mind, my bad. Don't acknowledge me. But yeah, I mean, she shows me like all the pictures and stuff, and it's interesting from an art perspective, but I can't imagine like actively engaging and doing it takes like hours, like especially when they do like the suspension stuff or like hanging from their nipples and shit. That shit is like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
that's
that.
wild. That would hurt so bad.
But hey, I mean, there's a whole culture about it. So like, if anybody out there is ever into rope and tying, what is rope community? Rope is like,
Oh, you young boy.
So it's like a kink where people enjoy either being tied up with like twine rope or tying other people up. So there's people who do the
that.
Hmm?
Like I'm
What?
not against that, but like the hanging shit, like from like,
that's like the another layer of it. Like there's the basic like I like to be tied in a knot, or I like to, you know,
Just tied
Have you-
behind the back, hands
you ever
behind.
Yeah.
been tied?
who?
You.
No. I've never done any of that stuff. I just learned it from my
I
friend, but
we like it then if you've never tried it, you know?
I wouldn't like the feeling of being restricted in case I need to swing on somebody.
I mean, there's a whole movie called Gerald's Game, which is pretty great. It's basically what would happen if I was tied up during sex and everything went wrong. Check it out.
Yeah, so I mean, again, you know, I'm here stuck with the two birds who hate Seinfeld, but there's a Seinfeld episode where George meets a young lady on a train while he's supposed to be going to a job interview, and she's like coming on to him, and then he goes back to the hotel room with her. She ties him up to the bed, of course, like, oh yeah, we're about to get freaky, and then she's a con artist, and she takes all of his clothes and leaves him tied up in the hotel bedroom. So it's like, I don't want to be tied up and vulnerable. Because I learned that George got taken advantage of. Yep.
What if it was with somebody you trusted?
No, I don't trust anybody enough to tie me up.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You know somebody who knows me that wants to tie me up?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know then.
What don't you know?
You'll never know if you like it.
I do know that I don't want to be tied up. It's a fact.
Would you tie someone else up?
No,
Why not?
I don't know how to make sufficient knots. I would have to learn some knots first. Then maybe I would. Okay, like you want me to tie you up? Sure, whatever. Tie you up. But I don't know a safe knot. Like I might tie somebody up and then we're both looking at each other like, I don't know what the fuck to do. You're stuck there. Call the fire department.
I remember one Christmas, it was wow, my son's useless. We need to teach him tricks and trades. And I got all these like survival tools. I got like a whole like thing of wrenches, like a whole like box full of like, wrenches and hammers and shit. And I also got a book of knots. So it came with a rope. It was like, here's all these different ways to tie a knot. And I was kind of like, I'm never going to open this. Like,
yeah.
Thank you for being like, oh, yeah, you are not handy. You're useless. Heard you loud and clear. I'm still never going to read this book.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few videos on my Instagram feed where it's like, here's how you do this knot. And I'm always like, oh, I should try that. And then like, I don't have fucking rope just sitting around here where I'm going to practice knotting. So yeah. Ray, I think George had like less than $20 or so. Yeah, she was furious enough that like she just like, fuck it, I'm taking your clothes, you broke motherfucker, you.
Seinfeld, trash tier TV.
But yet your lives are so intertwined with it. Trash lives.
Well, yeah, I mean,
trash.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, I would tie somebody up if I knew how to do knots, but I don't want to be tied up. No.
You know what's fucked up is the girls that want to be tied up are also like they want to be dominated. So it's like, oh, like I don't want you to tie me up if you like don't know how to tie me up. I need you to be like a fucking level 10 rope master.
I need you to be Popeye the Sailor Man. Like, fuck. I don't know how to rig a boat to a dock. Shit.
So that's where, that book of knots probably could come in handy for you. Look it up on Amazon, Dice.
The last thing I need is somebody asking me to suspend them from the rafters and then they come tumbling down like with their arms and legs tied behind their back so they land face first and boob first and then they have like a deflated boob and all. I got a lawsuit on my hand is basically what I'm saying.
Boob.
Yeah, like they land on like the left side more than the right side and then some gushes out, some milk gushes out, and so now one's smaller than the other. Mom boobs.
I think pretty much everyone can agree, like from the gayest of the men to the straightest of the women, boobs are super hot and super fun. And the second you start, twisting little knots in them and making them look all blue and shit, like what is that? That's fucking gross.
Some people like
to ruin a good thing.
There's a whole other segment of it where people like being bruised and stuff, and it gets people have some interesting kinks. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your kinks, Nikki?
Snap bracelets.
Rocks. No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't had a snap bracelet in fucking God.
I don't think that I have like weird kinks. I don't know. Like,
You say that about a lot of things in your life, and then it turns out to be very weird.
I don't
Hit me with a toaster.
have what kinks I really have.
What would you do if your boyfriend said, "Slap me with a toaster," and then let's get freaky?
I'd probably slap one with a toaster. I'm just kidding. No, that would probably be a little bit alarming. I'd be like, can we like?
Would you rather slap a guy with a toaster or tie his like arms and legs behind his back?
I tie him up. I'm okay with that.
Well,
Figure out or not.
would you rather be tied or do the tying? How's that?
It depends on what mood I'm in. I wouldn't mind being tied up, but I wouldn't want to know that I'm about to be tied up.
So you would? What about like I've had this video on my feed where like a guy pays random people to kidnap their girlfriend, and then she like gets dumped out of a van, and he proposes to her. Is that what you want? That kind of kink?
Really?
Dude,
Jesus.
again, those are the fucking execs of the world. I swear to God, they sign up, and I have no like actual experience with this outside of seeing like one like documentary from Vice, I think, where it was like, you know, rape fantasy, and these super rich execs are like, all right, I'm gonna sign this contract. You literally abduct me right from work. Don't tell me when it is, and then like just teleport me to your fucking dungeon. It's crazy.
Teleport me to your fucking dungeon.
That's what they do. I mean, it's not gonna be some just like I'm gonna kidnap you and take you to a house. Like they get taken to the most extreme of circumstances, and it's like, dude, this is what you want.
Yeah, this it reminds me of that that haunted house that like is like too extreme. Like you have to sign basically permission for them to do anything they want, and they're like shoving your head in puke and hitting
what is
you
that,
with
like
stuff.
Virginia or like North Carolina or something?
Probably a bunch of.
There's a whole movie that with what's his name, Charlie Sheen's dad, fuck is Martin Sheen or whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah?
the game in the 90s where he like his brother got him like a birthday gift of this realistic game, and he has to sign his waivers, and they basically like fuck up his whole life, and he's like, I don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, is the game over? Are you what's going on here? Like they fucked up his whole life for like 24 hours. That was crazy.
Rogue, please do one of those haunted houses. Let us know how it goes.
Don't.
I want to hear about it. I don't know why people would sign up for that shit though. They're like, yeah, like please abuse me. Like I need to test my mental fortitude. No,
I literally looked into signing up for that. And I'm like, no, I'm too scared now to do anything like that. I would probably have done that when I was younger.
Would you do it with a group of people?
Probably.
Nikki, you succumb to peer pressure a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Not even thinking about yeah.
I already know.
That's okay. I've skydived.
Fuck no, I wouldn't.
I've done that before.
Couldn't pay me enough.
I've
What about indoor skydiving? You wouldn't indoor skydive, Bird?
done.
We actually had, God damn it. We had an event at my last job where they took us out to indoor skydiving. You know, I basically sat there pounding Mountain Dews and eating little finger foods while everyone else had fun. Just sat there watching. I hated it.
Yeah, it was, as somebody who's done both, the indoor is definitely kind of lame because they don't let you, unless you have like a certain amount of hours, they don't just let you go in the fucking tube and like fly the fuck around. They have to hold on to you and shit. And it's like, I could just pound Mountain Dews and be grumpy face if you just wanted to drag me here.
Ironically, that wasn't even the worst team sales outing that we did.
It's fucking sales outings, man. It's where all these company money is going. Fucking salespeople indoor skydiving and going to mansions on the beach.
Bro, tech sales is the best job in the fucking world, and I love it. Literally, we used to get free tickets to go snowboarding. We used to rent out, a golf course with open bars. It was sweet. But then the downside came. Then the down, and one of the worst humans I've ever met in my life, some lame piece of shit, Harry Potter fucking anime cuddle pillow fuck, took over the planning, didn't know how to have fun. No, all disrespect. Didn't know how to have fun to save her goddamn life, and signed us up for a trip to the zoo. A bunch of goddamn degenerate alcoholic adults going to the zoo at like 10 a.m. And then leaving at 12. It's like, oh, but the open bar. She's like, no. So then I took it upon myself to grab all the cool people, say, fuck this, we're going to go to a strip club. And, that was kind of the ultimate team bonding.
What's wrong with the zoo?
I don't know. Animal prison? Yeah.
All right, PETA.
So I need to see a bunch of fucking sad animals just asleep on the ground? Like, boring.
That's my biggest problem with the That's my biggest problem with the zoo is like I don't want them to force the animals to necessarily be seen, but like what the fuck is the point if I'm going there and they're like sleep in the bushes in the back corner somewhere? Like if they're going to be readily visible at multiple angles, then just keep them in the back somewhere. Don't put it as an exhibit. See the jaguar, and the jaguar is fucking sleep in a den, and all you see is the tail curled around the fucking rocks. Fuck out of here, zoo.
I did see 2 elephants fucking, which, is entertaining for about 5 seconds. I took like a video, save it for the spank bank. But other than that, it's like, okay, that was cool. Next, what else?
Nikki, do you hate giraffes?
No. Why would I hate giraffes?
VA hates giraffes.
I know. Punches them.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I just want to see if there's another person in the world that hates giraffes as much as him.
Oh.
Which do you think tastes better, a giraffe, a zebra, or an elephant?
I'm wondering if zebra would probably not taste like beer.
Come on, Nikki.
First?
What?
Do I have to answer first?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Fatty, so probably a zebra. I feel like they'd have more muscle. But wouldn't that be tough? But if it's cooked right, I don't know. I just don't want a lot of fat.
You're putting a lot of thought into this.
I put a lot of thought in every choice I make. I'm sorry. My brain is wild.
Wild child. Bird, which would you eat?
None. I'd starve.
I didn't know that was an option. I thought this was like playing, what was that? Zabmandu?
What?
Where you have to pick one.
What did you say? What was the name of this game?
Game, Zabmandu.
Point the mic towards your mouth.
Zabmandu.
What the fuck is Zabmandu? Is that a Caucasian game?
I've never heard of it. And
Is that a Michigan game? Are you looking up the game that you just described to us?
Yeah, it's not a Michigan game. It exists. It's like a would you rather.
Why didn't you just say would you rather?
Because it's called Zabmandu.
All right.
It's like, would you rather lick the floor of a men's gym?
Am I crazy?
Or
like when you hear me talking to Nikki, am I crazy? Am I doing something wrong here?
All right, Nikki. Would you rather do sexual activities with an octopus or a golden retriever?
Jesus.
Octopus?
Yeah.
That's hella anime of you.
Why?
I don't know. Fucking cat people.
Do you think octopus is an alien?
Maybe.
Or do you think it's native to Earth?
They're really smart, aren't they?
They're super
Supposedly.
smart.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it pass any SATs though, so
Really gotta
I don't know what
I
kind of.
You can lock it in a jar and it'll unscrew the jar top.
Yeah. I'm saying he can do things with those hands.
Eat shit or get fucked by a camel. I think eat shit. Just a little small one. You know, I'd take a little plastic fork and knife and just cut off a little edge piece.
I
You know?
agree with you, Bird.
I'd rather just die.
You have to choose one.
No, Bert chose dying. I choose dying too. I'll just die. Then the camel can eat me and shit me out, and then somebody else can eat my shit.
Ooh, me. Dibs.
Oh fuck. What other random questions does the audience have?
Would you rather be Gary Payton, Allen Iverson, or Anthony Hardaway?
Gary Payton.
Now, it's 2023. Would you rather be Gary Payton, Allen Iverson, or Anthony Hardaway?
Anthony Hardaway.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. No, I'd be Allen Iverson. His big Reebok deal just kicked in, I think. Right?
Yeah, but Penny Hardaway is still actively involved in the basketball. He's coaching at a college, so I mean, Allen Iverson's cool, but he's not still active in the scene. I would rather be actively doing something that I love than just be known as a great in something that I love.
I'd rather have, multiple millions of dollars and do whatever the fuck I want.
I thought you do that now.
Any pressure. Fuck no. Absolutely not. I do only things that I'm forced into, which is, 2 podcasts a week and friendship occasions.
Forced?
What?
I said you feel forced?
I'm just kidding. This is my favorite part of every week.
Yeah.
Fucking Mark Zuckerberg all day. Yeah, if they actually got in a fight, like Mark Zuckerberg has won BJJ competitions, right? Like he would ruin Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a fucking loser pussy boy troll who took a okay thing and made it bad.
Elon Musk.
The fuck? Explain yourself.
I don't know the context of the question. It just says Elon or Mark, so I'm choosing Elon.
Yeah, explain your answer.
I want a Tesla.
You want a car.
I want a new car that's electric.
He is the owner of the entire organization, the entire Rogue, your team, Elon, for what? In what circumstance? In what sense?
Why does this have to be explained?
I choose Tom from MySpace.
Tom?
What do
Tom
you mean? Why does it have to? Every fucking either or has to be explained. Every would you rather has to be explained. Otherwise, it's fucking boring and stupid.
All right, Mr. Rules. Sorry.
I didn't make the rules. I'm reiterating the rules. Team.
Yeah, I have no logical reasoning. I want a Tesla, so I'm picking Elon.
There was a time where I could have got. There's a time I could have got behind him, and that time is long gone. Fuck that guy forever. He's a piece of shit.
I think most CEOs are.
Likely. There's few that have damaged the worldwide sharing of information in the same way that Elon Musk has, period. Like, there was a time where at least you could kind of see what was going on in the world, fucking, get instant news updates, have funny, like, live tweets of things. Now it's like, oh, you tried to do a thing, you made it way worse, and now it's just a bunch of Russian propaganda and fucking literal Nazis.
Again, I think that the stuff that you see on Twitter is categorically based on what you like. I log on Twitter and I laugh my ass off, and then I log off because I follow a bunch of people who just talk about like random hilarious shit, or they repost funny scenarios and stuff. I don't follow any news outlets. I don't follow any sports personalities. I don't follow any celebrities because all you're gonna get is the same bullshit. I never thought that Twitter was the actual appropriate medium that companies should be using to base their valuation and report new. Like, yes, it's good for instant like transfer information, but like a stock price of a company shouldn't tank because somebody tweeted like an incidental racist ad and then all of a sudden everybody's up in arms. Like that shit is stupid as fuck that businesses got tanked because of tweets.
I disagree. And here's why. Because you look at Kanye, right? Like people, like literally just yesterday, I saw someone capping for Kanye of like, oh, he said one thing against the Jews and now they want to take him down. But my man is resilient.
They did take him down.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The irony of the situation is he said something about him and then they took him down and nobody thinks it's ironic.
Well, no, what the post was they took my boy down, but now he's back and better than ever. They're talking about him again with his new fucking, Pete Davidson lookalike of a girl. And I think they're back selling Yeezys again. Like, he's not canceled, right? Like, yeah, he fucking got kind of kicked in the nuts a little bit, but he's kind of back. But the funny part about it is, like, no, if you're tweeting some fucking terrible racist shit, or if you're like on camera saying some real fucking fucked up shit, no, maybe you shouldn't be rewarded for it.
Sure, as individuals, but I don't think businesses, their whole, like, we're talking about people's livelihoods. Like, imagine all the tech layoffs that happened because somebody tweeted some dumb bullshit and then everybody's against the company. I don't think a business or news outlet should have their entire brand based on what happens on a Twitter profile. Sure, if a celebrity tweets some stupid shit and they get flamed for it, that's their own personal fault. That's their brand, they control it. But like a business where like a janitor loses his job because like some dumbass said some stupid shit and now such and such company's under investigation and everybody's anti this company, like I don't agree that businesses should have used Twitter the way that they use Twitter. And I'm okay with businesses kind of being disconnected from social platforms because it stops stupid shit like when they had like the whole Versus things through COVID. And like sometimes I didn't really like the Versus platform, but like when I would log on Instagram and I see it, you see all these fucking tweets from these companies, like what is like BET would always be on there. There's one sports team, like people like from these companies in there, like just doing the most gimmicky bullshit. And like I hated that aspect of social media where like businesses became like, I don't know, this like gimmick of like throwing shit in your face just because they knew that people were watching. Like I hated that aspect of it. So I'm always for collapsing businesses using social media as like tools of manipulation.
I think that organizations, large and small, I think it's their prerogative if they want to stand for a cause or not. And if your cause is, on one side, there's going to be consequences for it. If your cause is on the other side, there's going to be consequences for it. Yeah. So taking a stand, I think, is a good thing. And then it lets me know where the organization is. And so then I can vote with my dollar and be like, yeah, maybe I won't go to fucking Hobby Lobby. You know what I mean?
That's fair. But like, you know what?
Part of it is they're like donating to political campaigns. They're donating to specific causes. So there is more than just like, a tweet that went out.
But that's fair. Like it's one thing that the company tells you what they stand behind, but they're not tweeting about like Chick-fil-A is not out here tweeting anti-gay stuff all the time. They're just tweeting to get you to buy chicken. Right?
Yeah.
In the pipeline and they tweet some controversial shit, then the company is trying to backtrack to cover their tracks. Like they don't necessarily want you to know what they're investing their political dollars behind. They just want you to like feel like they're in tune with whatever fucking shit is happening. That's what I mean. I want to know like, okay, Chick-fil-A, are you anti-humans or are you for humans? Like, sure, let me know. But at the end of the day, that's not what they're tweeting about. They're tweeting just like things to kind of latch onto people, and when they slip up, then they just backtrack from it. I've never seen a company double down on some shit that they posted that was, controversial. Nobody's ever doubled down on it.
I would love that though, so much.
And that's what I mean. Like, it would be a thing if companies double down on like, yeah, we said we used black characters on this purse, famous purse brand or whatever, and fuck it. We were trying to sell merch. If they double down on the shit, fine. Use social media like that. But if everybody's just going to remove posts and backtrack, then no, I don't think businesses should. Their whole value should be based on that because it has a whole lot more ramifications on shit that they're just going to backtrack on anyway. Like, push people to double down.
I mean, I feel like Bud Light kind of doubled down. It's like, you know, they had this whole like ad campaign where they were basically coming out as supportive of the marginalized community. And, you know, conservatives like, no, bunch of pedophiles, everyone boycott. Bro, derp, boycott.
NASCAR has that problem too. Whenever they tweet something that's like inclusive, all their fanboys are like, what is this shit? We didn't ask for this.
Get your politics out of my racing.
Get your rainbow flags off my racetrack.
Yeah. And it's fucked up. And what's funny to me is like, you know, my friends literally told me last week, they were like, oh yeah, we went to this bar, you know, we were kind of in this rural area of Washington State. And, you know, somebody made a comment. They're like, what kind of beer do you want? Like, anything but Bud Light. I'm not trying to turn into one of them. And like, kind of like a ho, you know. And my friends were like, 2 Bud Lights, please. Keep them coming. Like,
yeah, that shit is fine to double down on. It's when I just want companies to like own up to their mistakes and like understand the whatever you call it, I don't know what the fucking the atmosphere of the company, the social structure that they set up and that they funnel down. And like, if an employee fucks up and tweets some or posts some random shit that you didn't agree with, that's kind of the culture that you built there. And maybe you need to, I don't know, stop being a CEO who flies over and golf trips every other weekend and fucking really examine what the hell's going on at your business.
Be involved in the people involved in your business.
Yeah. Because I mean, good acknowledgement of that. So like, the school where I got these 2 like fucking $100,000 degrees hanging up on the wall, it got sued by the state of California and it lost because basically it said that even though the executives that were in charge of it put students first, they didn't necessarily enrich that in their culture. So you had a bunch of enrollment advisors like signing people up and kind of like tiptoeing the gray line of getting people signed up for shit and financial obligations and courses that didn't necessarily pan out the way that they explained it. So like, yeah, if you're a CEO and you're going around here touting this good message and then you're basically, you know, hammering on the desk, like, where are my profits? Then you're fucking up the culture. Shit happens.
By nature, you know, businesses exist to make money, right? And they only employ people on payrolls because they have money coming in to then filter down, granted at a very different distribution rate. But that's what it is. At the end of the day, it's a fucking business. They're there to make money.
Holy shit. Yeah, Burger King UK should have been. That's a funny ass fucking tweet. It says women belong in the kitchen, period.
What the fuck?
Wow.
And then like the follow-up to that, I guess, was another tweet that said, if they want to, of course, yet only 20% of chefs are women. We're on a mission to change the gender ratio in the restaurant industry by empowering female employees with the opportunity to pursue a culinary career. Yeah, way to clean it up, Burger King UK.
That is the most brilliant turnaround I've ever heard in my life.
If they want to, of course. That's like putting the hands up like, I'm just saying, here's where we're at, and here's why we said that. You could have just...
How fast after that one did it come?
It's hard.
How long did their PNR cleanup?
It was like 12 hours after the screen.
Mm-hmm.
The tweet itself was posted at 1 a.m. from whoever took the screenshot. So I'm imagining that this is probably like 12 hours later after they've had some firestorms of like, okay,
what are we gonna do? Mayday!
People are upset. What do we want to do about this? What do we follow? Women belong in the kitchen. I'm just saying, you know.
He's like, yeah, they do.
Yeah, somebody pressed enter a little bit too fast and didn't complete their thought. That's the cleanup there.
Like posted at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, they're like, oops, I pressed send a little bit too fast. What I
freezer.
meant to say was women belong in the kitchen because we need more women in the kitchen, not because bitches got to cook.
I worked at Burger King.
Fucking
Dead.
man.
What was that like?
I was 15 when I worked at
Mm.
Burger King. Yeah, it was. I actually had fun. My sister worked with me, and
Can you legally work at 15?
yeah, I just made under minimum wage.
Oh, okay.
I made $5.91 an hour.
Oof.
And it was okay. It wasn't bad. We got like leftover food and stuff. We did like
I love Burger King.
things.
I'm all for women in the kitchen if they want to, of course.
Yeah. Also did some ratchet things there, but
I am anti-women in the kitchen.
Why?
Because the kitchen is traditionally known for being a very dangerous place, full of fires and full of knives. I just don't want them to hurt their pretty little faces on any of that. Cut a boob off.
Would you let a young lady cook for you?
Never. Not when we can get Little Caesars.
what if it's a cook at Little Caesars as a lady?
Wouldn't happen. Too dangerous.
Yeah. What's dangerous in the Little Caesars kitchen? The oven?
Accidentally ingesting some of the rat poison that they have out on the counter.
On the counter?
Known burglaries. Because
Burglary?
everyone knows they have just a shit ton of cash sitting out there waiting. Because people are just
Five.
coming in, buying
Here's five.
buying those hot and readies left and right. So it's just like a stack of a pallet of all the money in the world. People know this.
Prepping all the toppings, cutting them up.
Basically, you're saying Little Caesars is like the convenience store of pizza chains. Like everybody knows that there's broke people who come in there with like $5-10 cash. So if you want a quick cash hit up Little Caesars because the staff there is in their teens and they don't want any problems.
That's right.
As opposed to going to Walmart where the staff is in their 30 to 40s and this is their livelihood and they'll fight you over that clothes hanger that you just tried to walk out of the front door.
Dude, Walmart's the craziest shit. I had an ex that worked at one. And like she worked at one in like rural Eastern Washington, and that was like the good job of that shitty little town. And then she came up to Portland and tried to work at the Walmart here where, you know, the culture here is like, yo, there's no box stores at all. Like you need to buy your clothes from Sheila and Shirley's, you know, parrot cage. So Walmart was not a thing. And it was like actually the store got shut down because there was so much problems with crime and stealing from only the ghettoist of the people. Yeah.
Wild.
Nikki, would you work at 7-Eleven?
Nah, because they're open 24/7. I wouldn't want to have to work whenever.
I mean, you can
50 hours.
select your shift.
If you're working at a gas station, are you really able to select your shift? I wasn't able to actually select my shift until I moved up in the world. To be honest,
It's hypothetical, Nikki. You can work from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Can you lead off with that next time?
I guess.
Hey, Nikki, would you work at 7-Eleven?
I wouldn't mind it.
There we go.
I wouldn't now.
Depends on the shift. I don't want to work. God damn it.
There is a lot of, here's a direct question. Well, depends.
I'm sorry.
So,
Are you really?
Yeah, tell my brain.
You've been quiet the last 20 minutes. You lead the discussion next.
You guys.
No, we want to watch you. Show your stuff. Respectfully.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
What's on your mind? What do you want to know in the world?
I'm the worst. I'm the fucking worst. You just put me on the spot.
You know what's the best part about podcasts is the dead space.
Yes, dead air is the best. I live for dead air. It was the first thing that I learned on what to do at school. I finished my CE classes.
How was it? What CE classes did you take?
A lot of stuff on HIPAA, and new medications.
Do you think HIPAA is really protecting patients' privacy?
I mean, better than it would be without it, I guess.
How so?
Because we wouldn't have anything in place and people could literally just sell your information. Not that they don't already, but
The way that you are speaking right now sounds like you're falling asleep as you're answering.
sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
We're
Nikki
gonna
does
have
not.
to have you pound an energy drink before the next podcast.
Nikki doesn't care about your privacy and your patient information. She wants it stolen. Yeah, I
No,
guess you could have some rules in place.
Saying like without it would be a lot worse. So yeah, it does stuff. And they have to like alert people if you have breaches and stuff.
Have you ever had an account hacked?
No, not on my own stuff.
Not on my watch.
What do you mean not on your own stuff?
None of my stuff that I know of.
Oh.
Never had an issue like that. But no, and then I took some medical marijuana classes because it's legal here. So it's
Oh, they're calling them classes now?
well, you have to take CEs on them. I had to take another human trafficking class.
That's so hot.
What does somebody do if they're being human trafficked and they need to get help?
Normally they don't.
They call their dad, who's an ex-special forces.
No, normally they don't show it. Like the classes I take is like identifying if someone's being human trafficked in like a pharmacy setting.
What are the signs?
No eye contact, types of bruises, obvious physical abuse.
Jesus, am I being trafficked?
Not talking.
Rope play.
Yeah, not talking, someone else answering all their questions, not having identification or even knowing like their own information.
Very
You know,
educational.
I feel like I learned a lot.
I did.
So if I go into the pharmacy and someone's just not addressing me, if there's like a lag of
Who's
like
being trafficked?
5 seconds, I'm like, bitch, are you being trafficked? You've got a customer here. Hello? Are you going to look me in the eyes?
Hey, pharmacist, I think this person in line is being trafficked because they don't have identification and they're not making eye contact with you. Can you service them after me?
Front of the line, baby.
That's right.
But
I have my ID, damn it.
I don't know if that's a federal requirement. That's for here. And then implicit bias. I had to do 4 hours of implicit bias training.
Of what? Oh, implicit bias. I thought you said pussifius. I'm like, what is pussifius?
Implicit bias training.
Yeah.
Wake up, Nikki.
I'm awake. I'm sorry.
Pussifius. What was pussifius?
And then what other ones?
Reznor's new band.
Safety and opioid medication errors.
This all sounds great and wonderful information. What more entertaining things did you have to
I started working on a song today.
There we go.
What's your song about?
It is about basically like rebirth, shedding your old self.
Out of a placenta?
Yeah, if you want.
Hot tub birth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't ask Nikki any birth questions because she doesn't want to procreate.
No.
Where's Vulgar when you need them?
What I've learned about having kids is they can sometimes come out the wrong end. and then they grow up to be politicians. Boom, roasted.
I saw on Twitter there was a doctor being sued, a surgeon, or I forgot what the actual classification, but because they decapitated a baby during childbirth.
Ooh, with the pussy?
That's wild.
Like clenched too tight?
I don't remember if it was. I think it was kind of a combination of that and then pulling too forcefully, and then like they pulled out the body without the head, and then they had to deliver the head separately.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. And maybe the best way to end this podcast. And on that note, you ever had a vagina so tight it could cut a baby's head off?
look, man, all vaginas are tight.
Uh,
When you're trying to
Ask your
squeeze a
mother.
body, when you're trying to squeeze a body out of it, body just doesn't slide on out. Well, I guess sometimes it does, but
Yeah, I've seen one slide on out.
Fly out? Just fucking.
No, it was like, oh, it was so weird looking.
like a water slide out.
It just like came right out.
Oh,
Screaming.
by the way, I just saw that this happened, in my hometown where I grew up, water slides, right? Had a birthday party once, bunch of us little like 10-year-olds running around, water sliding it up, opening sports cards. It was great. A lot of fun memories from back then. I just saw a news story where the fucking slide cut in half while this really fat motherfucker was going down it, and it sliced his legs wide open to the bone.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I dove down the rabbit hole. Like, yeah, I guess the slide, it was like a twisty one, and then it like broke in half. His legs like came with as he fell off of the water slide. And I guess allegedly some investment company bought the water park in like the early 2000s, took out a huge insurance policy on it, and then just never upgraded it. We're like just kind of waiting for it to fail, allegedly. So that then they could just have the insurance pay for the shit, demolish the water slides, and then put in luxury condos.
That's fucked up.
Semi-related to that, I've seen a couple of videos over the last month of similar incidents, not like people getting their legs chopped type stuff, but like overweight people getting on rides that they probably shouldn't have. And it always makes me curious. Like, I know everybody should want to have fun, right? And I'm not judging or shaming them, but at a certain point, like, I would consider thresholds of like, is this feasible for me to, like, there was one, like, the little water contraptions where it's like you hoverboard because it's like shooting water propulsion out. Like, there was like an overweight person like wanting to do that, and like they're fucking sinking in the water, and like the person's head is going underwater, and I'm like, it can't be fun, right? Like, you're like kind of, I don't know, unless you're adventurous, you're kind of subconscious anyway about getting on it. Then you get on it, you're sinking down to the bottom, water's gushing over your head. Like, at what point do you say, you know what, let me go, let me just swim back to the shore? Like, the motherfucker just stayed latched onto the person controlling it, and the guy's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do besides let this person fucking drown while we float basically surface level. And then there was another one with like a swing thing, like going over a cliff, and the guy's ass is like dragging on the ground and shit. And I'm like, dude, how are you supposed to zip line to the other side of that cliff if you're fucking dragging on the bottom of it? And like, I always wonder, like, why? Like, why put yourself in that situation knowing, unless you don't understand physics?
You really do have the most interesting For You pages on your Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff that people laugh at, but like, I'm always thinking in the back of my head, like, shit, like, how the fuck would somebody put themselves in that predicament?
To that same point, do you think there should be a weight limit for horseback riding?
Yes, absolutely. Fucking mauling those horses.
Nikki?
That's a living being.
What? It's true. It is. Dead horseback riding is not as fun as it sounds. I promise.
As simple as possible.
What do you think the weight limit should be? Where do we draw the line?
It depends on the breed. I'm sorry, I can't give you a straight answer on
God
it.
damn it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, the
Somebody-
only reason I brought it up was Nathan For You did a funny thing where he had these giant weather balloons that like hoisted him up, and like they had people like to protect the balloons. They had giant fans, to protect from branches and stuff, and the balloons would actually like lessen the weight so they could then go horseback riding as a large person.
Nikki, would you do a hot air balloon ride?
Yes,
There we go.
that is something I have not done yet that I would do want to do.
I have seen there are like these fancy exotic restaurants where like you can eat dinner in a hot air balloon contraption. Would you do that at a table?
I mean, I guess, but I'd definitely want to do it. Like, if I make sure that I wouldn't want to be like having to eat dinner while I'm like trying to like take in like the view.
I mean, it's
I don't know.
safe. You sign your waivers or whatever, sit at this.
I don't care about that.
Would you rather eat dinner at a table suspended by hot air balloons, or would you rather be in like an underwater restaurant where, you're surrounded by ocean? What are you shaking your head no at?
No underwater.
Why not?
I always thought that it would be cool and stuff, but I don't know. Like water is just.
You go kayaking like every other weekend.
But being underwater, like pressurized, like how deep we talking? Are we in the ocean? Like
50, 100 feet.
Nope, I'd rather be in an air balloon. I don't know. The water, the ocean is crazy.
The air is crazy. What are you talking about? Some clouds up there. Thunder.
Yeah, I'd rather do the air than the ocean.
There's hawks that eat rabbits in your bushes. I'm doing a full circle, Nikki. Come on, keep up.
I can breathe in the air.
You breathe underwater.
Earlier.
All right, I think Nikki's had enough of the show.
I love the show. I haven't.
I think I've had enough of this show.
Okay, well, fuck you guys then.
Women belong in the kitchen.
Apparently,
Full
only,
circle.
Period.
not on podcasts.
If they want to, of course.
If they want to.
It's fucking crazy. I got to tweet that one day and just see if anybody picks up on what I'm talking about. I'll just wake up in the middle of the night one night and just tweet women belong in the kitchen and go to sleep, and then see what happens when I wake up. See if I've gone viral.
Canceled.
I don't mind. I'm not popular. I can be canceled.
Freaking trademark.
It's not like my trademark is generating money. We didn't spend 45 minutes talking about dick ratings.
He just wanted to bring it up again so we'd riff on
Yeah.
it for more time now that he's back paying attention.
You just wanted to ask us which OnlyFans pages do dick ratings so that you could subscribe.
Asking for a friend.
Which chick did you say? Rogue Jepson, you need to change your Discord header from the person fondling the hairless cat, because that looks like somebody stroking a cock, and I don't like that. Please. All right. Anything else that we want to cover? Any more questions from the audience?
Just be careful. Make sure to stretch your woman out if she's pregnant so the baby's head doesn't get decapitated on the way out. Fair warning.
Safety first, then teamwork.
Anybody other than Almighty VA that has a question?
What do you have a question about, VA?
God damn it.
Hi, VA.
I guarantee you it's not one we're going to like.
Guarantee it's not
It's gonna be
worth
great.
answering. No, Nikki, it's
for
not.
answering.
All right, you signed us up for this, so you have to give the first answer. Then, as soon as that foolishness that he types out comes through, you have to answer first.
Either that or I'm dropping from the stream.
I've got a fucking question. When was the Moby Dick era? When exactly was the Moby Dick era?
The who? Did you just say Moby Dick era?
Moby Dick ratings. From 0 to whale.
I'm not gonna Google Bingus cat.
I'll do it.
You're gonna do it? All right. Stop sending. Don't send me the fucking GIF directly. Delete the shit from my inbox.
Hmm.
I'm reporting
All right.
that message.
Take
Of what? Been
take us
good?
home, Dice.
All right. What day is it? Sunday. The Tuesday show will be on with the very British folks. I believe it's Rogue, MCD, Mimic, and Ryan,
Mm.
where I don't know what they do. I know they watch videos. I'm not sure how those videos are selected. And I also know that there's some sort of wheel that they spin and they create songs each week. I don't know. I don't have any information about the show other than there's British people that host it on the middle of the day and Tuesdays. So
Wow.
sorry.
Hell of a setup.
Hell of a setup, but it's there.
Look, here's what happens. A bunch of British fucks sit there and talk about how cool I am, and then they select songs that somebody thinks, oh, this will get a giggle or two out of my mates, and then they give very honest criticisms and feedback, and then say, oi, should we go invade America? They usually end up landing on no so far each time. But yeah, tune in next week. Tune in next Tuesday. See if they'll say yes.
That would be hilarious if like a boat from the UK just floated over here and then like they docked and tried to invade and we just blew it up at the port. That'd be funny. Yeah, and then Wednesday we'll have the music review show, and then Friday another music review show, and then Saturday we'll be watching anime. We're watching Jujutsu Kaisen right now. We've watched 3 episodes last night, so we'll watch another 3 episodes next week, and then Sunday we'll have follow-up podcasts.
So that means Monday is D-Bird's nest.
And at some point, D-Bird will watch his shitty TV, and people will enjoy it for some odd reason.
This is dope. It's way better than fucking anime.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's our show for today. We're going to get the fuck out of here, and hopefully y'all have a great evening. We're going to raid T-Pain Assetto Corsa. I don't know what he's doing this evening. He's always up to something. So I'm pretty sure it'll be interesting, whatever it is. Looks like he's got on his VR headset and some contraption, so this should be an interesting watch. So y'all stay tuned and see what T-Pain is up to, and he's a dedicated subscriber and follower of our channel. He loves us. He shouts us out every time that we join. So yeah, we're getting out of here. Anything else, y'all?
Happy holiday. Happy holiday.
Oh yeah, happy Labor Day, whatever. Fuck you. Bye.
Bye.
Tell T-Pain we said hi.
Mm-hmm.